Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is the video lecture number 1 for week 9 task 1 biology's 10th class, and in this lesson I will describe about spinal cord and different types of nervous system. So spinal cord is the tubular bundle of nerves that arise from the brain and it extends to the lower back. Spinal cord is also covered by the meninges, which are the protective layers. The vertebral column surrounds and protects this spinal cord, and it is basically the continuation of this medulla oblongata. This spinal cord is roughly 40 cm long and about as wide as your thumb for most of its length. And this spinal cord transmits nerve impulses from these body parts to the brain and from this brain to these body parts. Now I will discuss about the spinal cord and spinal nerves. 31 pairs of spinal nerves arise from this spinal cord. The outer part of this spinal cord is made up of white matter containing myelinated axons. The central part is gray matter and it is butterfly shaped that surrounds the central canal. It is made up of gray matter containing neurons, cell bodies. 31 pairs of spinal nerves arise along spinal cord. These are called interneurons or mixed neurons because they contain the axons of sensory neurons and axon of motor neurons. So these are mixed neurons. At the point where a spinal nerve arises from the spinal cord, there are two roots of spinal nerves. Both roots unite and form one mixed spinal nerve. This dorsal root contains axons of sensory neurons, while this ventral root contains the axon of motor neurons. And this dorsal root also contains the ganglia. As you can watch, here are the ganglia, which are the cluster of neurons. And here the cell bodies are located. These are the spinal nerves from receptors, and these are the spinal nerves to the effectors. And now I will discuss about the spinal cord functions. It serves as a link between body parts and brain, and it transmits nerve impulses from body parts to the brain and from brain to the body parts, as I have discussed earlier. Next function is spinal cord acts as a coordinator that is responsible for some simple reflexes. So it is responsible for simple reflexes. And now I will discuss about peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system, PNS, is composed of nerves and ganglia. And ganglia, as I have discussed, that ganglia is the mass of neurons. Ganglia are the clusters of neuron cell bodies outside CNS. CNS is central nervous system. Nerves arise or go to the brain and spinal cord. So they are named as cranial and spinal nerves. Those nerves that are arising and going to the brain are known as cranial nerves. Humans have 12 pair of cranial nerves, while those that are arising and going towards spinal cord are spinal nerves, and they are 31 pairs. Some are motor and some are mixed. On the other hand, all spinal nerves are mixed nerves. Therefore, spinal nerves are mixed nerves and cranial nerves are motor and some are mixed. The cranial and spinal nerves make two pathways, which means sensory pathway. First one is sensory pathway conducting impulses from the receptors and to central nervous system, and motor pathway, that is conducting impulses from the central nervous system to the effectors. Motor pathway makes two systems, somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Somatic nervous system, so mean body. So somatic nervous system will be related to the body. So it is responsible for the conscious and voluntary actions. I am talking to you, I am demonstrating. So it is under the control of my will. So it is due to somatic nervous system, and these are voluntary actions. Voluntary actions mean which are under the will of someone. It includes all of motor neurons that conduct impulses from central nervous system to the skeletal muscles. The next one is autonomic nervous system. Auto mean by own. So it is responsible for the activities which are not under conscious control. For example, my heart muscles, my cardiac muscles are working. My heart is continuously beating while talking to you. So this would be due to autonomic nervous system, and it is not under the control of myself. So the autonomic nervous system consists of motor neurons that send impulses to cardiac muscles, smooth muscle and glands. Autonomic nervous system comprises of sympathetic system and parasympathetic system. Do you know that I have a phobia of insects? So sympathetic nervous system prepares the body to deal with emergency situations. This is also called fight or flight response. During an emergency situation, this system takes necessary actions. For example, while looking at this horrible insect, my heart rate and my heart beating rate is increased. My pupil dilates and my breathing rate has been increased, and this sympathetic system inhibits digestion. Now the insect has gone and my stress has been ended. Now the parasympathetic nervous system takes action and normalizes all the functions. It causes pupils to contract, it promotes digestion and slows the rate of heartbeat and breathing rate. So now I am normal and enjoying the beautiful scenes of nature due to my parasympathetic system. And I will discuss about the reflex action and home tasks for the day 1 in my video lecture number 2 for week 9. Thank you and have a nice day.